What's up, college football fans? Don't forget to check out and order your copy of Stiff Arming Football Myths, our latest football game plan book. So go on our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copy. We have these available in paperback as well as in PDF form.
For Alcorn in this ball game, they're going to have to make Southern earn it. You can't give up those cheap plays, whether it be on special teams or even those big plays deep down the field. You have to be able to communicate, play sound defense in the secondary. And I would creatively apply pressure against the outstanding quarterback, Austin Howard of Southern. Try to find ways to get him to hold the football just a little bit too long, so that way that defensive line of Alcorn can get back there and put him on the ground. And dance with whom you brought to the party. That means you have to find ways to make sure you run the football. Don't get outside of the framework of what you do well, which is running the football, playing great defense. Don't do anything special because you're playing in the championship game. Do what got you here, and that way you can be successful. And for the Jaguars, they're going to have to win up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. This defensive line of Alcorn, 47 sacks so far in the season in the front seven. They've only given up 9 sacks offensively. So again, just like Southern, very good offensive and defensive line. So it's important that they win in the trenches. And you have to make Gibbs beat you throwing the football. If they can turn this into a Gibbs versus Howard game passing, that bodes well for Southern, and they have to be able to maximize their possessions. They may not get as many opportunities this week versus a team like Alcorn that can run the football. So when you do have the football, you have to maximize your possessions and come away with points, whether it be 3 or 7. It doesn't matter because points add up. You have to come away and hit that cash register every time you have the football. Now here are some pro prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ball game. And for Alcorn State, you look at the defensive side of the football. Jamil Cooks, the former Air Force transfer at 6'4", 245, coming off the edge. He and Deion Roberson are two of the top pass rushers in the SWAC. You look in the secondary, Devin Francois, outstanding cornerback, and C.J. Morgan at 6'3", 210. Definitely a guy you want patrolling the back end. And keep an eye on Anthony Williams, the running back at 5'11", 195, outstanding talent coming out of the backfield. And for the Jaguars, we talked about these guys last week. 2 outstanding offensive linemen in Zachary Brown and Dwayne Houston. And defensive end Arthur Miley may just be the biggest sleeper coming from the FCS level at 6'6", 250 pounds. The biggest X factor in this game for the Braves will be the play at the line of scrimmage. Like I've said before, their offensive line is outstanding, doing a great job opening up holes for the running game. And when they do pass the football, Gibbs has an assortment of time back there in the pocket, only 9 sacks on the year. And on defense, they do a great job within their front seven of applying pressure. 47 sacks so far on the season, which again, not only stops the running game, but puts pressure on the opponents throwing the football, because that's why they also have success in picking off passes. So if they're able to win in the trenches on both sides of the ball, it goes a long way in helping Alcorn win the game. And for the Jaguars, you look at their quarterback, Austin Howard, who had an outstanding day versus Grambling in the Bayou Classic. And if he can get off to a great start versus this very tough defense of Alcorn State, then it goes a long way in helping the Jaguars continue the offensive success we saw last week versus Grambling. I think they can work in reverse, have the pass, set up their running game with Leonard Tillery, because again, that's why I believe Howard will be the biggest X factor in this game. He opened up this offense a lot last week versus Grambling, and I think he has an opportunity to do the same thing versus Alcorn State. Marino Kasem is one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in Alcorn State history. Coached there from 1964 to 1985, compiling a 138, 71, and 8 record, 7 SWAC titles, and 4 Black College National Championships. He also coached 3 years at Southern University in 1987, 1988, and also in 1992, finishing his time there with a 19-14 record. Ace Mumford was one of the best coaches in college football history. Coached at Southern University from 1936 to 1961, 5 Black College National Championships, and in 1948 he put together an impressive run from 1948 to 1951, going 38-0, 11 SWAC titles, and also finished his career with a 169, 52, and 14 career record. You don't have to look far to find an instant classic in the SWAC championship game. Last year's meeting between Southern and Jackson State came down to the last play of the game, a defensive stand by the Southern Jaguars as they were able to come away victorious 34-27, and they got a great game out of quarterback Dre Joseph. I like Alcorn State in this ball game. I believe all things being equal, Alcorn has the better defense. They do a great job in getting off the field on third down. I think that's where Southern's Achilles heel is this year, their third down defense and being able to slow teams down offensively. So when you look at the Braves and what they do well, they run the football, they play great defense, they chew up that TOP, I think all of which will be the reason why they knock off Southern and come away 2014 SWAC champions.
What's up, FCS football fans? I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook with footballgameplan.com.
And I'm Kevin Marshall from AnyGivenSaturday.com.
And we are the hosts of the FCS Wedge presented by AnyGivenSaturday.com.
Check your local listings for station and time in your area.